Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Story of Mike, and I am back again with yet another banger. And today, I got you guys with the best center build. Now, as you can see, I've been on this builder since before this. I deleted my first build. It was like 7 a.m. I've been on this build since 8 a.m. and it is 12:40 p.m. So I figured I'm knowledgeable enough to give you guys one of the best center builds in this game. Now, there are a lot of things I'm going to talk about, including badges and everything, so make sure you subscribe, and I will be giving you guys a lock and then a guard and then a tall guard build all the next 2 days. So what you're going to want to do is go small forward. And the reason I say this is because it depends on the height you want. I personally think 6'9" big is fine. Now you can go all the way to 6'11", but the reason I say 6'11" is because if you go anything past 6'10", then you kind of like your ball handle fluctuates. So personally, 6'10" or 6'9". Bully, you get well, I can show you guys. So for the bully badge, you need to have a 95 strength for Hall of Fame. But I think 89 is perfectly fine. 89 strength. So whenever I'm looking at the builds, if my strength's going down because of the wingspan going up, then that's fine, because I can just throw the weight up. But then at the same time, you want to make sure that you have a decent physical. So you want to balance it. So I would say somewhere around here. Obviously, you want the 89. So, like, it really just depends on what you want. Obviously, I think 6'9" is better just because you can get away with going with max wingspan and then like a lot lighter. Well, okay, so 79 and 74 speed and acceleration. Then you have 77 and 72. So obviously 6'9" is going to be better, and then you're going to have to go. So yeah, and this is all if you want bully badge. If you don't even want the bully badge, don't even worry about this part, skip it. So driving dunk, 99 is going to get you posterizer. It depends on what you want posterizer on. Like I said, 93 is personally what I would go to. I wouldn't go all the way to 99. I feel like that's going to be useless. So kind of wish that if it goes up, when you bring it down, it kind of brings that down. But there's a reason it doesn't. The builder is very complex, that stuff. So if you were confused about it, that's why. It's just a little confusing. Standing dunk, you really don't need standing dunk. This year, I feel like it's going to be a lot of driving dunk and all that stuff, especially with no lobs being required for legend or for level 40. So yeah, especially since personally I want to make a popper, so an 82 3-point is going to be suffice, and then like a 67 free throw, something like that. If you are going to play pro-am on this build, I'm personally not going to account for pro-am. I'm going to think about park and stuff like that. So whatever free throw I can get away with without the 3-point going down, then that's what I'm going to keep that. Physicals, we're going to just make sure the stamina's at 95. That's all you need because you get the +4 with gym rat. Speed, same thing. Speed and acceleration. Since you're bigger, you want to make sure this is maxed out. That should just be common sense. Strength, the whole reason that we spent like 3 minutes at the beginning is so we could get highest level of bully. It's going to be pushing your build out of the way. So something like that. When I was making a build earlier, I figured out that rebound chaser is 99 defensive or 99 offensive rebound. So you could go with this and then bring this up to like 80 something, or you could flip flop it, whichever one is your preference. And then block, you do not need a 99 block. I mean, if you want anchor, bro, then have a 99. But personally, I'm gonna just have a 93 block on this build. And then for this build, we're gonna have So if you look around and you find the builds, well, not the builds, but the requirements, you can see that interceptor is 78 and the glove 85. Since it's a big, I'm not going to focus on it, so I'm going to just take it down to the minimum for interceptor, which is 50. So that, and then interior, like we said earlier, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I said it in my stream. Come through to the stream. So for the interior, you look for an interior badge, and as you can see, post lockdown 88 interior. So that's pretty much if you want, and then you also have workhorse. So it just depends on what you want. Personally, I'm not going any higher than 85, but if you look, workhorse is the only badge. So really 82 is what you need, and then perimeter just literally just depends on whatever your style of play is. So personally, I'm gonna come up to 70. It gives it a whole nother round of badges, and then the next round of badges is at 77. So we're gonna keep it at 70, and if we have some left over playmaking, then we will come back to it. Obviously, since this is a popper, I don't want to have too low of a mid-range, just because I don't know if you can shoot for 67, especially not day one. So yeah, and then pass accuracy, because you want to make sure you can pass the ball. And then really most of the passing badges you only need like silver, so I would have something like 70-ish. I would have something like this. Make sure you can get diamond on silver. Diamond on silver has been the best for a few years, so something like this, pass accuracy. And then as you can see here, we have the ball handle. It's pretty low, so we're gonna bring that up as well. You can get the ball handle up to a 70. I feel like 70 is gonna be fine for centers. And then obviously if you have a ball handle, you're gonna want to make sure that you have speed with ball 45. And this is something that we would, I would consider a decent build. Let me know down in the comments how we can improve this build. Obviously I'm gonna have an updated center build sometime next week whenever I get the builder down a little more, but this is some type of day one build. It's got a lot of the good stuff. So yeah, since it's a popper, you can get limitless range, and then you can get stuffed blocks. So like I said earlier, you don't need a max block. So I wouldn't even get block. I would get something like See the Future, and that's something that I would do for this build. And the build name, well, it's gonna show us the shades. So Lamar Odom, OG Amanobi, and LeBron James. So I feel like this is it's a good build. It's called 3-point shooter. So if somebody only sees your build name, they're not even gonna know you're a center. So I kind of like this build. We're gonna test the build now. Also, if you are a center, which this build is gonna be slated at center, I would say go to like some team like the Hornets. Just throwing that out there. And then we're gonna test at 99. And badges, I'm gonna go through the breakdown pretty quickly. This build's, I don't know how long we've been recording. I'm assuming 8 minutes, something like that. Let's see. And badge wise, you're gonna want to make sure that you just look at the badges. Like Slithery is a good badge. Personally, I time my layup, so Pro Touch on bronze is always a plus. So you have 3 badges equipped. Limitless Takeoff, I don't think it's gonna be as good as last year. And then you got Fearless Finisher. So now I have 10 badges equipped. If I have enough badges to get Bully, then I can get Bully and Posterizer, which is why it's kind of a bad build badge wise, which is why I say if you want to sacrifice something, sacrifice the finishing, and just don't have that high of a driving dunk, because look, you literally don't even get the badge like Posterizer. So do that information as you will, adjust the build accordingly. And then shooting, Amped is a pretty good badge. Midi Magician is also a decent badge for spin phase and all that stuff. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shooting is not easy, so make sure you have decent amount of shooting badges if you want to shoot. And then Space Creator is also a good build for like step back moves, so especially since you're a center, step back move is going to be pretty decent. Guard up's going to be good as well. And then we have 8 badges equipped, so Agent 3 is actually... But, so I feel like you should put Claymore. Since you're a popper, Claymore is going to make more sense. We can get this badge here, so we're gonna get blinders, and then this range, and then we're gonna find some badges to throw on. So like green machine. Oh, I'm dumb. I've been doing that all day. So playmaking, you only have 10, so you have to be wise with what you do. So what I would do is, personally, since you're the popper and you're not really dribbling like that, I would have those 2 on silver, and then I would have special delivery on. Actually, I wouldn't have special delivery on. You have 4 badges equipped. You only have 6 left, so I would put needle threader on and then bailout, something like that. You obviously, once again, don't get core badges or tier 3 badges. This is just like it's a inside type build, but a popper at the same time. It's a weird way to explain it, but I feel like this is a decent center build. And obviously, this is only one of the center builds I'm making. I'm making a good ton of builds, so don't worry. This is just one of the first ones I'm making. And then clamps, interceptor, chase down. I'm gonna max chase down. So I have 12 in tier 2, which is kind of dumb, so I'm not gonna have that many. Personally, you don't need clamps as a big rebound chaser and a core rebound chaser. I feel like that's just, it depends on the challenge. I'm just doing this just logistics wise. Anchor, silver, brick wall. You're gonna need brick wall, and then badge I would just throw on is probably menace, something like that. So I wish I could have gotten challenger and clamps. Once again, like I said, you just don't have a lot of badges on this build because it's a center, and then you can test build and all that stuff. You can see in the top right, we have 11, 18, 10, and 24. So it's not the best, but it's a decent popper build. And make sure you guys subscribe and everything. And I will give you guys a way better center build sometime this weekend. But it's been your boy Jazz. I'm my boy. Not your boy Jazz, your boy Mike. I'm out.
Everybody else, get him out, cut him out. Everybody else, get him out, cut him out. I don't wanna be somebody you don't give a fuck about, yeah. Yeah, run it back, yeah. Met a bad chick, put her on my lap, yeah. I'ma bag this, how to get the snap, yeah. I'm a savage, put her in the bag, yeah. Hey, run it back, yeah. Met a bad chick, put her on my lap, yeah. I'ma bag this, how to get the snap, yeah. I'm a savage, put her in the bag, yeah.